Hi everybody, I'm Shah from Charlie's Angel Tarot, and something has just come in, and it is, let's see what it is. I know what it is, so I'm going to open it up, and then yes, it is the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Huston. And it is a box. It's not magnetic by the looks of it. I've been dying to get these. The Dreamkeepers Tarot, inspired by traditional Rider-Waite, the Dreamkeepers deck plumbs the spiritual depth of the tarot to help readers come to terms with the mysterious forces that influence our lives. The intriguing imaginary of Dreamkeepers Tarot represents years of Liz Huston's journey of personal growth and healing, and includes new tarot art created especially for this US Games System edition. She presents tarot as a mirror that reflects our deep inner truths and reveals our hidden motivations, beliefs and expectations. Her art creates an alchemical blend of mutable paint media and digital photography montage, offering signs and symbols to help the reader interpret tarot and all its wisdom. Wow. Includes 78 cards and a 180-page illustrated guidebook with instructions for relationship readings and for making life choices. Now, this is the Lover's Tarot, the card, and that's what intrigued me. Losing each other's head about each other. I thought it spoke words. Now, what's called? Huston. Liz Hudson, sorry, not Houston, Hudson. Will get. Sometimes I get my my English wrong. I'm sorry. This deck was, I don't know what it was, €19, a special offer by Amazon. So, a bit of an advice actually. Amazon has companies all over the world. There was one on offer for €17, and that had to come from India. Now, anything that comes from India or China can take up to 6 months. I've been waiting for this deck since January, and I just got emails saying your package is going to come on the 20th of March, then on the 7th of April, and now it's the 16th of April. So I went back and I scoured around Amazon, and I sent Amazon a message saying, why is it for sale there for 19 and there for 17? So I would suggest that if you are ordering any decks at all, to scout around, even if you type in Amazon.nl or Amazon DE, that's Germany, or FR France. If you're living in the States, also see whether they ship to America, because here in Holland sometimes decks aren't shipped from America to the European countries, but also use UK. This one came from UK, so, and I got it within a week. So I really don't understand what is going on with Amazon, but just to give you a tip. And some decks are on offer. Usually I believe this is €35, but I got it for 19, and the other one I wanted was for 17. That's because it comes from India. They're making things actually very cheaper. Now you've got the first edition, and the colors have changed, and also the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. But let's see, this is the commercial one. I just love the picture. She's got a gallery in New York, because I have done some research on Liz, and it's quite plain. It's a hard box, and and the book has changed as well slightly. The colors are more vibrant. Sorry, I have to change this. You'll see, looking at it upside down, I'm so interwoven into this deck. Sorry, that's me. Let's have a look. There we go. So this is the outside of the box, and you can just see how beautiful. It's a sort of tapestry blue green, the color. That's better. Just touch it up a bit. There you are. And goes to bluish grey. Now the book is also beautiful, and just to try to get the right colors on that, let's have a look. And I have to do this with every deck, because every deck has a different color. So there you go. It's a sort of a browny color. Let's have a look. It's nearly there. There, that's it. That's better. And the pictures are black and white here, very dark. You can just make out what they look like. I know the cards look absolutely phenomenal, but here it's black and white. It's not very impressive. You've got the name, and they're numbered. So are the cards. The first deck wasn't, or was numbered differently. That's changed as well. At last things have come full circle, and a difficult journey reaches its end. Completion of a life lesson. And then it goes into the description of the picture, and also that it tells you about the card and what her interpretation is of the card. And then we turn the page, and then we sometimes at the end of a remarkable journey, it still also describes the card. The world card is also indicative of travel, seeing the world. This is definitely the definition or the description of the card, and then it goes into the visionary message. The world card in a reading signifies joy and satisfaction of the completion of a journey, and then keywords: integration, accomplishment, fulfillment, success, reward, travel, completion, and reverse is stagnation. So you do have upright and reversals, and then it goes on. It's separated, the big arcana, with a page like this announcing the minor arcana, and then it goes into the suits. Let's have a look if we do have separate pages for each suit. Let's have a look. No, it just goes into from the wands, I think. Yes, it goes from the wands into the cups. So that's that. Let's have a look at the front of the book. It is damaged a bit because the box was damaged a bit. So it's not as good, well packaged and sent, because it was sent in a plastic zip bag, with those bubble plastic. Right. Copyright, all rights, blah blah blah. Preface, introduction to the Dreamkeepers Tarot, basics of the tarot and tarot readings, or readings and cards, setting the space and asking questions, interpretation of the cards, sample tarot spreads. So, introduction. Well, you know, I'm a great fan of Red Feather, Shiver Red Feather, and their packaging is absolutely phenomenal, and also the way they package things when they send the cards to you. First class, 5 stars, 6 stars actually. And this is the major arcana. So no, it's that's it. Spreads, you've got the mirror of relationship spreads, path of the heart spread, simplified relationship spread, choosing between two paths, a card a day, and this or that. So that's like yes or no. I think you could use that, and that's the way I use the two card spread as well. Let's have a look at the back if there is any wording on the author. Here it says the index of the artworks. All the cards are mentioned, and for example it says that the Fool, Do You Love Me, August 12th. That's when that card was made. The Creatix from Vision, that's the Magician. Comes form August 2017. So the cards have not been made in order. 12th 2017, 2012 to 18. So she has done them the way when she, I suppose, when she felt she needed to. About the author, Liz Hudson, a native of Los Angeles, California, may live in a place known for interesting characters, but it's Hudson's imagination where the truly unique characters exist. Entirely self-taught, Hudson's work has evolved over 2 decades from a traditional film photography focus into digital assemblage, photomontage, and currently into mixed media through combinations of acrylics, oils and watercolors which her digital with her digital works. With her inner quest to know the unknownable, she has been committed to esoteric studies for over 2 decades. What began as a personal search to understand the subtleties of personality and their link to the occult eventually became a tool with which to help others, as well as Hudson has studied goddess spirituality, tarot, astrology, Buddhism, Hinduism, and other traditional streams with esteemed practitioners and sat in ceremony with renowned priestesses. Her greatest teachers have been the lineage of the Huayparcos shamans of the high Andes in Peru. It's very interesting. So I think that this book will be interesting to read as to her interpretations and acknowledgements, and that's it. So that's an interesting book. We've got the standard pull out ribbon, and that is the inside of the deck. It's got the crest on what is of the backing of the cards. Very light blue and greys. Now if it doesn't work I will redo it, but I'm going to open it up tomorrow. I just can't wait to see the cards. So if it doesn't look nice, the colours, then I will continue doing this tomorrow. I'm just trying to open up. I don't want to damage the cards. They should really have those ribbons to pull on the plastic, because when you spend money on such beautiful decks you don't want to ruin them. They're not gilded on the edges, it's just plain white. And let's have a look at the stock. Very good stock, not so flimsy but yet very bendable. So let's have a look. I'm going to take that away and let the light shine. I think it's not going to be successful, so I think we'll have to wait until tomorrow. Okay. Hi everybody, I did have to wait until the next day, and now I've got the perfect colours. It is even more greener than in real life than it is in this. That's it. Now you can see she's standing on the top hat, and that is then the cliff edge, and you have to also imagine and be dreamy about it to let this art speak to you. Okay, you can see the stem of an old flower and tears, so leaving the old behind and having faith to step into the new. I think they're really magical cards. It is from Victorian to 1920s. I would say this is a dress out of the 1920s, and she's looking quite sad in one way, but yet happy in another way. And she's holding these Indian symbols, and it looks like if she, or a bell, she's holding a bell. So I hope you can see it much better now than last night. Right, that's the Fool, and the colours are more vibrant in the commercial deck than in the original deck. So yes, I'm glad I've got these cards. I've been waiting for them since January. And that's the creatrix, and the creatrix is the magician. So they're using other names or a different language. The creator, that is short for the creatrix, is the creator. So yes, when you're a magician, you are creating something usually out of nothing. Illusions. So that is a beautiful card. And it looks like all bubbles around them. I think it's magic. Now, symbols. We've got the cup there, and then we've got another set of hands above her hands. I don't see any of the other symbols though, like the knife and the wands. We do have like a third eye in the hands here. So I love it. You've also got imaginary people here. So you do have the four elements. Then we have the High Priestess. She's like in a nest. And she's quite sober, but she's got the scroll, the Torah. And you've got all the planets around her because she stands for astrology as well in spiritual. This is the Victorian. And then you've got Little World in on her tummy by the solar plex. The intuitiveness. Then we have the Empress, and she's got a dressing on with all the flowers, like ivory with flowers. And then the universe, Mother Earth with the trees behind her. I think it's so gorgeous. This is going beyond thinking a bit beyond the box. This is really imaginary, also culturally, history, different beliefs. You've got the Emperor here, and he represents the ram, Aries, very stately. But he doesn't hold the scepter here, in some decks he does. And then we've got the Hierophant, and the Hierophant's also represented by a lady. It looks more like Nanny Galary something. What was her name? Oh, she was the magical witch. Nanny McGee, that's it. And he's got the two faces behind him, like the conscious and the subconscious. He's also, with this picture, and you think of the moon and the mist, very mystical. Again, spiritually mystical is spiritual, and I love the lovers. We've got the two birds, two lovebirds, like that saying, and they're looking at each other. But I love this card because you lose your head when you fall in love, and that's why I fell in love with this deck. That's it. And I like the way she's dressed in red, earthed, love, the red of roses. And then you've got the three muses in her cloak. It's really very expressive and arty, and I do love it. Have to look at each other from a different way. Don't lose your head about each other. Be realistic. Let love grow steady but slowly. Then we have the Chariot. And here she's holding two heads, and it looks like she's holding heads, meaning telepathy. You've got the fair head, and that's the white horse, and the dark head with the dark horse. Chariot here. Again, the moon, because moon Cancer is represented by a moon. Very beautiful. I love whimsical, mystical, and also romantic. This is where I would classify the cards with. Here we've got the Strength card. Now we've got the Python encircling the body, and she's wearing a mask. So that's really apt for today, because we wear masks and we have to remain strong. But she's coming out of the egg, so she's being reborn, stronger than before. So I love the thought behind these pictures. I hope I'm interpreting them well. So if Liz Huston is looking, I hope I'm doing you well. Credit. Then we've got the Hermit, and she's gorgeous. It's like the branch or the bush that stood alone, the burning bush. That's what this card reminds me of. And then she's the new flower. She's standing on her own, but she's looking at her shadow, and the shadow is holding the light to travel on the path. The wisdom, seeking the wisdom from within, spiritually. I think it's amazing. I'm getting warm again, guys. So the spirit is here with me, and it's working. Wow, always happens. Okay. Then we have the fates, but this is the Wheel of Fortune. The three fates usually is with the Wheel of Fortune, and that's why the artist, I suppose, has chosen the Wheel of Fortune. But if you can see the dial of the clock. I love it. I really do love it. And let's look. They've got different headdresses. That one's got a crown. This one's got a hat with feathers on it, with a bird. That one with twigs. And actually, if you look at it, the heart chakra, the solar plex chakra, the sacral chakra has, and literally the third eye and the throat has been cut. So that's what and it's the karma card, chakra, spirituality. I think it's really thought through. I don't know if I'm interpreting it rightly, because I haven't read the book yet. This is Justice. Now here she's got the knowledge, and this is the hand, the guiding hand. Then you've got the knife, the Lady of Justice. Somebody stealing here. I think that's the scales. But there's no face. Until justice is done, you don't know who has stolen from you or done something wrong. Again, butterflies at the bottom, transformation. Beautiful. Then we've got the hand woman, not the hand man. Isn't she mystical, whimsical? She's hanging by a thread, so she can shake it loose. And the web, there's a web around her. Getting things, perhaps information from the websites, internet, because these are old figures, old pictures in a new jacket, I would say. I love it. Then we have the death card. Yes, the skeleton, that's the death, that's the old leaving, and she's intertwined with ivy again, really modern and lovely, rebirthing, and it's also in a pond with lilies and a frog. It's like when you kiss the frog, you get the prince. I like the story behind it. She's got something with ducks as well, I think. Then we've got the temperance, finding balance. Finding the piece of puzzle so that you're back in balance. Very clever. Okay. And this is a bird, a skeleton bird. It's holding something on his beak, trying to balance it, I suppose. This could be your inner, the shadow, and the light. So if you bring the two together, then the pieces of puzzle will come together. And then we have the devil. The devil. And that is Archangel, I think, Lucifer. He was the black angel. Temptation, trying to tempt the lady to his will. And he's in the garden. And if you know the history behind it, it was the devil that came to get Therethel, the daughter of the empress, and I forget these mythological names, but that's what happened in the story. Go and have a look at the tarot series, my definition of the tarot, of the mythical tarot. And then you can find the stories behind the cards. Then we've got the tower. And this is the tower. It looks like seaweed, but there's a lady coming out of the center, but she's split personality, I would say. It looks more like a split personality. And then we've got the star, and this photo is used on the book, on the box, sorry. And she's just in the clouds, doing the thing, the rose of love. This is like, I don't know whether it's an egg that's cracked, so that the wish is coming through, because we've also got the fishtail here. She's got the white and red rose there. It could be a skull. End of the face. New beginning. Like the wish is coming true. Be in cloud 9. Then we have the moon. Again, in a reflection, she sees a face in the moon. And we've got love and douleur, dreams. French in the shadow. Magic. The sun. I think that's really beautiful. That really describes the sun. Intertwined with the universe. Love it. Love. Judgment. Rising from the dead. Like the veins have blood in them again. Second chance. That's an angel, but you only see the back. And halfway it's got his head turned. Then we have the world. The world is your oyster. The world and the moon. universe, the web. I like these modern inspirations. Also the compass, follow your heart. I hadn't seen that before. I have seen a review or two, but I've got my own interpretation. These cards are really speaking to me. I've never seen anybody say, well, the earth and the moon, the universe, the web, of all these lines, and the compass, the heart, follow your heart. But that's what the world means. Then we've got the Ace of Wands, the alchemist, chemist, holding the key. This is the keyhole. You hold the key to take action. The Two of Wands. I love the red dress. Ooh. Then we've got the Three of Wands, seeing the boats coming in. She looks very stateful. She looks like Queen Victoria, if you ask me. Then you've got the Four of Wands. Coming together, you've got the four ones here, but getting married, but like the wooden figurines, growing together like a tree, getting entwined. Ooh, nice one. Then you've got the Five of Wands. Yeah, well, somebody's lost their head, somebody's the loser, so it's the competition card. Yeah. And then we've got the Six of Wands. Celebrations, eating grapes, victory. And it looks like a goddess with a golden crown, the champion. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Here you've got a mask, somebody's wearing a mask, you don't know who's doing something wrong, but we've got a bird's head here. This is another form of mask, but with a headdress. So be careful. Okay, we've got the Eight of Wands, transformation, she's wearing wings, and somebody's giving her a hand, rising up. You only look down on people when if you reach out and give a hand, but also it means travel, it means news. You can see new growth on the sticks on some of them. Something new is in the air. Also on her, something is going on her. And you've got the Nine of Wands. And then you've got the Ten of Wands. You've got the skeleton here, and then she's looking into the mirror of the skeleton. That's the skeleton's holding, but yet there is new growth. I love these pictures. And you've got the moon. I think the moon must be very important to Liz Hudson, because you've got the moon in the background. End of a cycle, new beginnings. Ace of Cups. She's getting, somebody's offering her a cup. Ballerina. The Two of Cups. He's got a bird's nest as a crown, and she's got the ram's horns or the Capricorn horns. Very dreamy. The Three of Cups and all transformation butterflies. Beautiful. The Three News, friends and family, celebrations. The Four of Cups. I've seen this picture before. That was more in medical terms. The scissors in his head. She might be exploring something, cutting her way out of her head. I think it's really magically done. How the cards are interpreted in such a way that's different and modern, old and modern together, also pondering, cutting away, letting go, cutting away of the old, not focusing on the new. I think that's a heart. You might be reflecting in this card on love that has been. And we've got the Five of Cups. Even the moon again, lady in the moon. Could be heaven, somebody reflecting on somebody that's gone over. The Six of Cups. I love this. Seven of Cups. You've got so many. Your head is all over the place. That's what I get. You don't know which dream to choose first. Transformation, butterfly. Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. And look at all the butterflies on each cup. The Ten of Cups. And now we're going to the Ace of Swords. She's dressed in black. I think it's quite significant. Two of Swords, blindfold, and she's got the body, and on top of her body, closed off. Then the Three of Cups, Swords, sorry. Feeling you're nowhere, invisible, apparently. That's what I get from this. Sad. Also dark clothes. The swords are quite dark. The Four of Swords, resting. I love this deck because you can use it in a romantic sphere, and you can use it as a Halloween deck because of the darkness, the seriousness, and the mystical things, like the ghostly things. This is the Five of Swords. Torn between two, perhaps. You've got an octopus. The Six of Swords. She's the peacock, and she's lying there asleep, drifting into a new land. Seven of Swords. Somebody's wearing a mask again. Walking off. Not one to get identified. And we've got the Eight of Swords up in your mind. And I like the way you've got in her dress again. Darkness, but not knowing where you're going. Drifting. Boats coming in, hopefully. Nine of Swords, sleepless nights. Feels like a black hole. Yes, I can relate to that. And the Ten of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. You don't have the Page, the Knight, and the Queen and King at the end of the suits. So I think she's doing that separately. You've got the Pentacle behind her. She's wearing the watch, I think and she's coming out of a rose, a rising, birthing, beautiful. The Two of Pentacles, balance between the mental and the physical. She's just her head is just in the middle. The Three of Pentacles, transformation, yes. The Four of Pentacles. And the cards are very slithery, although they're a matte finish. That's what I'm already seeing here. There's slither everywhere, so I think they'll shake well. I've got the Five of Pentacles. That Diana look. Where am I? Why am I feeling left out? Remember, the angels are still with you. The angels just there and there. The hands. Just ask for help. Six of Pentacles. Giving to the less fortunate. This card changed because that figure was here in the first edition, and the colours are more vibrant, so I'm glad I've got this deck. The Seven of Pentacles. Definitely green fingers, so that's with the green pentacles and the green dress. Nicely done, thought through. Eight of Pentacles. Recognition. Study. She's embroidering here. The Nine of Pentacles. Yahoo! Dancing in the garden. Two lovebirds instead of the bird of paradise. Then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. I can't relate to this as the family because there's a woman's body, so that could be the mother figure, and then a little lady in by her neck, sort of digging deep. It looks like if she's reaching to the heart. I didn't get that one very much, I'll be honest. The Page of Pentacles. Then we've got the Knight of Wands. That's muddled up, so I'll do that. The Knight of Wands. The King of Wands. Then muddled up. The Queen of Wands. Then we've got the Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. You saw me unpacking, and so I don't know why this is muddled up. And the King is first instead of the Queen, because usually it's the Queen and then the King. Then we've got the Page of Swords. She's wonderful, really colourful. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, and I'm going for the Queen of Swords. Now this is a nice way of showing the Queen of Swords, because a lot of readers say she's the Ice Queen and the flowers are white, but she's still colourful, and yet dressed in white, the purity, standing for justice and honesty. And I'll take it this is the conscious and the material world, communicating and thinking clearly, and yet she's coloured, so still showing the warmth of the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords, very stiff and upright, doing several tasks. Gemini, flipping about, always doing several tasks at once. Then we've got the Page of Pentacles. Again, animals and nature. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, and she's all dressed in brown earthly colours and dressed with garlands with roses and ivory, wearing the crown. Mother Nature. Animals, the birds are nestling in our horns. Lovely. And the King of Pentacles, also very businesslike. Looks like the Harley Street gang. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's see how they shake. Like I said, they are very slippery. and they shake wonderfully. And that's the backing. I love the backing, very French, like regal. That goes really nice, very sturdy. And you can also do the casino this, because that's how they're just thick enough and thin enough to do the casino shake, but I can't do that. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the World. So go for what you want. There's news coming towards you, looking at both of them, and that's what I like about this. This is really a continuing story. Take off the mask. There's the mask. She's looking at it, so taking off. Beautiful. And the world is your oyster. You are in balance. Wow. And the bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Sorrows. So she's looking at the Three of Sorrows, the Three of Swords. She's looking at the swords, and she's not wearing the mask anymore. And she's going forwards. She's going for what she wants. She's spreading her wings. Wow. Beautiful. I love this deck. I really am. I'm going to use them for the romance reading. So I'll see you back in the romance reading. Please like and subscribe and share with family and friends. Thank you. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.